So today we will start on our feet and just come into this moment. New today in Georgia, it snowed seems 4 inches. So we're in another universe right now. Anything's possible. And so here we're gonna just step in with that idea of anything being possible with just warming up our joints. So we'll just begin with rotating our ankles and just taking our time just to explore it, find the pace that feels good for you. Just slow rotations or maybe a little bit faster if that's what you feel like you need to warm up your joint, and changing directions, going the other direction with I'm just with my right ankle right now. You could do either. And then changing to the other foot and just making sure when you're rotating either foot that you're going both directions on each foot. So I'm circling counterclockwise and I'm circling counterclockwise. Just warming up. And so just lifting the heels a bit. Maybe just leaning back a little bit onto the heels, just lifting the tops of the feet as much as feels good. Just playing with warming up and stepping into the knees next. We'll just slowly start to rotate and just jump in as far as feels good and supportive, and just making some circles with the knees. And changing directions, just making sure you're exploring all these different ranges. And we're not pressing weight on the knees. We're allowing ourselves to dip into a rotation here. The hands are just kind of can rest on the knees to help guide a circle. And then just move it to the hips and just start doing some hip rotations like we're hula hooping, like we're in Hawaii. And changing directions, just exploring the hip rotation, just letting the limbs just free flow, helping our balance, just having fun. And slowly start to move the rotation up to your shoulders. So we're just going one direction, just touching the tops of our shoulders just to help us get a circle. We can make circles with our elbows. We can change directions. And just a few more changing of directions, just really waking up these shoulders. Sitting all day and who knows what, us coming into this forward roll posture, just continuing to practice opening up the front body from that forward roll to opening the chest and the front body and just helping ourselves with some rotations. And slowly moving that rotation to the elbow, making some woo sporting event woohoos, just as fast as we feel confident to do. Explore all kinds of speeds, change directions, whipple wheel. I've been practicing this, so it's fun to change the speed. And going to the other arm, just rotating at the elbow, just waking up all the joints here. Changing directions, noticing the differences from arm to arm, from elbow to elbow, being gentle in the movements, exploring any restriction areas slowly. And then coming into the wrists, just shaking a little bit here and just getting some wrist rotations in. And the wrist is so dynamic, just playing with all directions, focusing on the wrist. So perhaps just if you want to really get a lot of the rotation in it, bring awareness into one wrist at a time. Be going a little slower, Noticing the range you have. Trying the other arm. Just feeling into whatever speed feels right for you. We're warming up. We're also being curious about our current range, where we've just come from in our day. And throughout this practice, just checking in with letting go of anything that's not in this moment, anything that we brought from our day that's bringing any sort of stickiness or stale taste in our mouth, just allowing ourselves to drop our baggage at that door and step into this moment, being here now, noticing the wrist rotations, noticing maybe both hands are going free and just rotating, maybe playing with the whole arm sequence from the elbows, from the shoulders, back down to the wrists, and just some free movement to explore and have fun in this discovery of where we're feeling in our body now. And slowly stepping into the neck, and we'll just take just a few side bends here, just helping ourselves get a little bit of a deep stretch by using our hand to bring either ear to the shoulder. So using my left hand to bring over my right side of my head and bring it down, bringing my left ear to my left shoulder. Breathing. And slowly on the inhale, we lift and we switch sides. And again, slowly we lift on the inhale. And just take a moment to offer yourself some rotation. So we're going to come, just make some smiles, just rolling the chin down and up, and the chin down and up, back and forth, just making a smiley face with your head. Maybe take your head a little bit farther back into a full rotation, being very gentle when you bring your head back and around, and really dipping forward your chin, dropping your chin to your chest. We're safe to create a lot of space here in this front rotation. And as we go back, the spine begins to close in on itself vertebrae by vertebrae. So we really just want to be gentle when we go back in this rotation and not push too far, but just bring it back and around. And you can really push and let go as your chin reaches towards your chest. And we want to reach up when we're going around and back, extending that neck, sparing those vertebrae, and just waking up this neck. And just slowly here, as we finish with the neck, we'll just start to just wiggle the whole body and just explore a little bit of the rotation that we've just found. Um, this free movement. This is the invitation to get weird and just feel into any movements that you're inspired to. And then at some point, we're going to find ourselves where we're going to come into a wide legs here and get into a little bit of a Qigong movement to just continue helping circulating this energy through our systems and opening our joints. So we're going to use our breath and we're going to come into this wide leg position. Ooh, excuse me. And we're going to breathe in and we're going to dip down and release that air and scoop up and around, breathing in, breathing out. And we're just going to scoop up and around. And breathing in, we're breathing out here actually. Breathing in, coming up and expanding, breathing in and breathing out. And start to find your breath and the rhythm for you. And slowly just taking your time to come to a center point and start to reach up on the other side and scoop down. We're really looking at activating meridians, such as the way to the water element of the bladder and the kidney, just giving back some open pathways to these meridian systems, bringing a certain type of energy to ourselves. It's calming, allowing fluids to flow readily, breathing in. I don't know why, I'm not sure why. I want to breathe in when we squat down, and I'm almost certain here we want to breathe in when we reach up and breathe out. Breathing in, expanding, breathing out, contracting. Maybe getting both hands involved. And slowly coming to a center point again and just finding your way into just some more movement as we transition from that exercise. Just take a few deep breaths. And here we're just going to begin to do a little bit for the lymphatic system. So we're just going to just tap a little bit just underneath the clavicle. It's the top of my clavicle. We can like push in a little bit on the tops of our clavicles. We're just going to stimulate our lymphatic nodes here at the base of the neck and just help do some pumping and clearing. And then just pull on your chest from your sternum out to your armpits. Pull all the way to the armpits. And we're just directing fluid down into the side body where we have more lymph nodes here in the side body under our armpits and behind our pecs. And we could just do a little bit of pulling from the neck. We won't go too in depth. We're going to now just do a little bit of shaking before we transition again, just for the lymph system. So go ahead and just bounce around a little bit and just shake up any stickiness. And just bouncing to help ourselves let go. And the lymph system supporting it to pump and process out our mucus and our toxins. In the face of this cold weather, jumping is your friend. Right there, and then just shake it off. Just shake it off. Shake the legs. Shake the arms. And now just take another moment to sit and massage the neck just a bit. So we're using our hands to reach behind our neck, and we're using the palms of our hands to just make circles on our neck and just slowly going down the neck, feeling into any stickiness, any slime balls that are wanting to be broken up, any tissue that feels thick, just inviting it, directing it down, and really using the palms just behind the ears on the base of the neck there and the head to come down and invite more mucus down, relaxing the neck just a bit before we go into this next experience where we're going to release our neck and we're going to release our shoulders. So now we're just going to go back down the body after we just warmed it up significantly and start to activate and release core regions of our body where energy can flow and give us vitality and strength. So here I'm actually starting to release snot. So that's amazing. You may see me grab a tissue in a moment. Please feel free to always do the same. Something comes up, spit it out, let it out of your nose. That's a great way to just remove it from your system. You don't have to swallow and go through a whole other process of clearing. If it comes up and out, it's ready, let it out. So here we're going to just do a movement to release our neck and shoulders. So we're coming back into a squat. And we're going to just allow ourselves to just slowly come down and sway a little bit, just meeting this posture because we're going to go into a deeper stretch. So we're swaying, just leaning into the feet, rising from the ankle through the knees, and finding a stability as you move in the hips. Excuse me. And slowly we're going to drop our bums down with our legs pointed slightly out and our hands just above our knees and our thumbs reaching on the insides of our knees. We're slowly going to allow our arms not to be like locked, like drastically in place, but more just loosely straight. So we're holding them in a straight position and allowing our shoulders to dip up as we drop our butts down. And this is going to likely adjust your clavicle and release your shoulders and neck. And just see if you could take a big deep breath, drop your bum down. And always inhaling when you come up from that movement. And just taking some movement as we come out. It's likely that you have felt release in that. So just, again, giving yourself some rotations to explore where you are now. And let's see, slowly we have some ideas written here. Okay. And so we're going to go down another layer to our diaphragm and look at releasing the diaphragm here a bit. So we're just going to take a moment to place our hands around our rib cage, just below our pecs and towards the bottom. So our sternum is in the center of our chest. We come down, and where that sternum ends, we can place our fingers back to the sides of our ribs and our thumbs behind our backs and help ourselves here by getting a good position to hold and push in to the diaphragm. So I'm coming down to where the rim of the ribs start to go down. I'm at the sternum, and then we come around a little bit more and then grab actually. So there we are. And we're reaching under the ribs for the diaphragm. So ultimately here, we're going to do some breathing and we're going to do a little bit of compression to help expand the diaphragm. So we're going to breathe in through our nose and just expand our belly and our chest. And just breathe out through the mouth. Breathing in, filling up your belly, filling up your chest. Breathing out through your mouth. This time, before you inhale, start to squeeze a little bit inward towards the diaphragm, onto the rib cage. Always being aware if you've had a recent fall or rib break. If you have tenderness here, only go as far as you feel confident to do so. And the ribs can be pretty sharp. So just take your time taking a deep breath into the tissues as they are for you now, and before you squeeze, so you can really understand what you have available to you today to expand into. So we're breathing in, and as we breathe in, we're going to squeeze a little bit into the diaphragm. So we're breathing in, causing resistance, breathing your belly in, your chest in. And when you let go through the mouth, you're squeezing in a little bit more. Breathing in, still squeezing. Breathing out, squeezing in a little more. Breathing in, squeezing. Squeezing on that exhale, release completely. And let it go, breathing in slowly. It's quite the task to try to talk and do that activity. I hope that you find a pace that suits you and that exploration. That's something where we can just quickly activate and open the diaphragm, deepening our breath. Also, continuing this theme of opening our central body, opening the channels that help us have vitality flowing all the way from our head towards our toes. So now we're coming into some more activation going down to the core. And so here we are. Let's go ahead and go into a five-pointed star, arms extended. Feet can be slightly out or paralleling. Noticing the head, drawing the chin back. Here's some. And slowly allowing the feet to open and coming into goddess. And we're going to activate the quads a bit before we go on. Really tucking that tailbone to help yourself activate those quads. Always lifting whenever you need a moment to just get some reprieve, some cooling for the heat that builds in those thighs. And then coming down where we're just going to go wide leg forward fold. So go ahead and just slowly bring yourself down to the mat with the wide leg. And just exploring a little bit here. So walking your hands on the floor over to your right foot, just feeling into the hamstrings, the calves, seeing what you got today. Breathing into any lines of tension. Exhaling, sinking in. And slowly, when you're ready, inhaling, just allowing the hands to slide over or arc over to the left foot and dropping in. Slowly coming back to center and walking your hands out in front just a bit. So you're starting to rock yourself over your shoulder, over your shoulders, and just exploring some backwards and forward motions here, just rocking shoulders back, hips back, shoulders forward, hips forward. And slowly rising on the inhale, bringing your arms up and over, squeezing your glutes, lifting yourself straight up, and bringing your arms down to your sides here, across at a horizontal angle or five-pointed star, a little bit wider than before. And from this, we'll just begin to slowly wiggle our legs a little bit closer together. And just take a forward fold here. So breathing up, breathing in, hands up, breathing out, folding down, reaching. And breathing in, halfway lift. And breathing out, touch your toes. Breathing in, lift. Breathing out, touch your toes. Maybe this time reaching your arms around your legs and allowing yourself to really fold forward a little bit deeper than before. Maybe taking some pumps by dropping your butt down to a squat and lifting back up. And slowly inhale, halfway lift, and lift all the way up, hands overhead. And slowly this time we're going to drop into chair pose. So drop down, bring your knees to a bend and reach your bum back as if you're going to sit into a chair, lifting the arms to be next to your ears. Pushing through your feet, pushing through your feet, and standing. And breathing in, coming back into chair pose. And breathing in, lifting whenever you're ready. This time we're going to do a little bit different. As we come into chair pose, we're going to squat down and squeeze everything and squeeze into a ball into your knees and come up and open the opposite direction. A few breaths in between and coming back into this squeeze chair pose and bring your arms to your chest and your chest to your knees and squeeze down and in, making a ball and come up. Peeling back your arms, your shoulder blades, bringing your shoulder blades together, opening your back body, lifting up slowly, taking a few breaths. If you feel lightheaded, move more slowly, take more intentional breaths, open your eyes, and or just come into a standing position. We'll go one more time into this chair and squeeze everything and come out. Opening the opposite direction, bringing the shoulder blades together, lifting through the pelvis. And just gonna lean forward here and get into a forward fold and just allow myself to wiggle out a bit. Again, just some more vital practices that really help us. Slowly we can rise when we're ready, just wiggling and making our way up. Some vital practices, this deep flexion and this big extension, some vital practices to help ourselves open up our chests and our diaphragms from all of the sitting and hunching that may come of us in a day, whether we're driving or writing or reading or texting or whatever have you. This is something that is very potent to allow us to come out and find strength in any day, clear our minds, open our energy channels, and allow us access to vitality and being stronger than before. So I hope you're feeling the heat and the powering up aspect of that movement. Excellent. Just got a thumbs up. We love that. So from there, we're just going to continue down. So here, we're just going to make our way more into a squat. So going into a wide legs here, we're just going to allow ourselves to slowly come down. And if you find that the heels are lifting for you as you come down, then locate a blanket and bring that blanket underneath your heels so you can support yourself and be stable as you come down into a squat. A wedge, uh, anything that can be rolled up sweatpants and put under the heels is a viable option. And once we find ourselves in squat, we're just going to take a few more rotations and help open up the deep groin here just a bit more. So we place one hand on the mat or ground, and then we lift the other. So we're going to go right hand down, left hand up, reach open that left arm. And bringing the left arm down, allowing ourselves to then bring up the right arm in a squat. We're reaching. And we bring that right arm down. And one more time, we're reaching with the left, back and up. Opening that front chest body. Bringing the left hand down. And one more time, bringing the right hand up. And finding our center here. So we're in a squat. And so while we're in this squat, go ahead and just play with rolling again with your hands planted into the earth. Your fingers are active, your palms are active, you're reaching for the earth, and we're leaning into our hands and just kind of rolling back and forth just a little bit here with our elbows placed between our thighs, just helping ourselves find some more depth, put some more stretch into the ankles, just playing a little bit. And then here we can just slowly sit back on the floor and find our bums on the ground there. And here we're going to end this activation sequence with the ankles. So we just come down through the legs, and now let's just place our hands on the bottom of our feet, just under the balls of our big toes, and just begin to pump. Here, this is called a kidney pump, where we get the whole body activated in the line of force that feeds information to the kidney. So we can wake up these channels to allow movement to the organ intentionally and help prevent all kinds of goo-goo muck. And so less is more with these. So probably after about 10 seconds, you can start to feel some of the blood pumping and the body pulsing. So just take a moment to now just sit with this movement and just experience where you are now, perhaps coming into whatever position feels best. If you just want to have your legs resting open, into butterfly or maybe lotus or easy sit pose, whatever feels available at this time. Just kind of come into a seated position. And here we are seated. Just take a moment to acknowledge the sensation running through your body. We've just spoken directly to all of our joints, warming them up and then giving direct feedback to open and expand our major pathways of where energy crosses and builds at the diaphragm, the neck, the shoulders, the groin, into the feet. We moved all the way through the system and now experiencing our bodies as they are with this warming and activation into the earth, into this moment, into our bodies. Now we're gonna go into a visualization. So start to, as you sit in this sitting posture, start to grab anything that you may need support with, perhaps a blanket to put under your sit bones. We're going to stay seated for a period of time while we go through this visualization and explore our bodies and through our mind's eye. So maybe find a blanket to bring your sit bones onto to make the sit pose uh, more long lasting, more comfortable. Or perhaps grab some pillows or blankets to place under your knees if you're looking for support in that way. Just really take the time to see what may bring you to a calm place where you can stay seated while we go through this visualization. So we will begin with just taking in another breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Here we're going to begin by bringing in a white and gold light. Perhaps you see it as an orb, perhaps you just see it as a light glistening like the shimmer on a water in a sunny day. You bring in that beautiful image of this fluid light, white and gold, coming in through the crown. Coming in through the crown of the head, we bring in this light to bring through our system, explore and acknowledge any sensation that comes up on the way without judgment, without control. We just begin now through this visualization of gold and white light, glistening fluid light coming down into the crown of the head, meeting the skull, opening towards the sky. We come in with this energy, bringing it in and down, starting to bring this white and gold light into down behind your eyes, deep to your pituitary and pineal gland, deep to your brain, deep to the cavities that are pulsing life force into our spines, bringing this white and gold light into the head. Slowly just continuing to witness this white and gold light moving down, down through the head, through the chin, through the esophagus, deep to the neck, going down into the neck, through the ears, past, down, down, through the neck. Noticing the qualities here in the neck, bringing in the white and gold light, moving it through every cell, going down the tissues, leading into the shoulders, going into the shoulders. Noticing sensation, bringing this white and gold light down, down through the chest, allowing you to go through the arms, shooting down both arms, through the arms, through the biceps, the triceps, down through the elbow, through the forearms, through the wrists, through the fingers, all the way to the end of the fingertips, shooting out of the hands, bringing this light, white and gold light down, down through the chest, down through the chest, moving through your ribs, through your heart, going down, noticing sensation, noticing a melting, perhaps, a deep awareness, meeting and allowing of meeting the tissues of your body in this moment, this white and gold light going down to the diaphragm, going down, shedding light on all that exists there for our awareness and our opportunity for information, just witnessing as this white and light, white, this white and gold light goes down through the gut, through the gut, through the digestive tract, through the belly, through the back. Simply noticing any thoughts arising or passing, bringing your awareness back to the white and gold light going down, down, down into the pelvis, down below the navel, down into the hip bones, the core muscles, down through all parts of our body, going down, traveling down either leg, going down, all the way through our knees, through our calves, through our feet, through our toes, shooting through the feet. Just witnessing this white and gold light, just swimming through the cells of our tissues from our heads to our toes, through our fingers, down our spines, just witnessing the body, taking a moment to be and notice the mind, the body, the spirit, noticing. Allowing our heads to remain lifted to the skies so that we feel this open channel from our head to our sit bones, And slowly just closing our channels and bringing ourselves back once again into our systems in this moment, new, meeting the qualities that have just come to light or moved through, and bringing our right hand to our hearts, our left hand to our bellies, and inviting in another sense of integration, another connection on the body that will facilitate open channels and integration. Our body can communicate from head to toe freely as we clear our systems from the lymph to the major pathways where our arteries and our nerves run through. We open these pathways by opening our bodies up to the sky and dancing with gravity instead of feeling the weight upon our shoulders. We continue through this touching right hand to heart, left hand to belly under our navel to just bring in this reminder of this practice once again, this deep integration for our cells to be new, reinforced with vitality, with open pathways and clear minds. Take in a big deep breath. Letting everything go with a sigh. Feeling that vibration in your chest and your belly, feeling that internal vibration. We're releasing stagnation from inside. We can use the vibration of our sound to help this process. Deep sighs are a medicine to letting go of all kinds of internal tension, whether it starts from the mind being afflicted and feeling anxiety, or whether it's something we ate and the gut's constricted. We can release sounds of groans to help ourselves shake up this internal tension. So breathe in, and on the exhale, let it go. Oh. Feel this vibration under your hands and your body. Ooh. Ah. Take as many breaths as you need. And when you're ready, bring your hands to your sternum, heart, hands touching at heart center. We are coming to a point of new beginnings again in this beautiful evening. Thank you for joining me, George, and live. We're going to send this video off into the ethers on YouTube, and may we all enjoy and be uplifted and stronger than before, and just simply meeting ourselves new with open pathways and activated functions and beyond. Thank you, George. Enjoy the evening. I'll see you next time, and have fun. I love it. George is swimming. I have to hop off, so I'll see you later. Good night. See.